What is going on, guys? So today I'm bringing you another video, finally, of my new coilovers by Cygnus Performance. Now, I've already got the fronts in, so I can't really show you the fronts, but these are 10K Hyperco springs in the front. These are technically Fortunato like shocks, like monotube shocks. They've got these special caster plates made for the Legacy and every other models that you can buy. Now, what it does is it adds it's like 1.2 degrees of caster. Now, if you were to look at the actual angle of your suspension geometry, like on these regular coils, like these ones over here, these were the Godspeeds that I had in there for like a while. Now, if you look at these, normally when you bolt them in, they're pretty much just like kind of straight up, like it will a little bit of angle. Now these ones, when they're bolted in, you might not be able to see all the way down in there, but the angle of how the strut sits all the way down to the knuckle, it kind of sits on an angle like this. So what that does is when you're going to return, you know, at a higher speed or whatever, and you set your camber up like this before was like let's set at 1.5 degrees of negative camber, so that way as it turn to return, the tire pretty much stays level and stays fully contacted. Well, that wasn't enough last year. So what this caster will do is it'll take the wheel, and as you turn, it'll help lift the tire a little bit, so that way you don't lose as much negative camber through the turn, so your tire doesn't go underneath. Now, that's going to help me tremendously with my understeer problem this year. And so far, since I've mounted them in, I've gotten an extreme amount of camber. So we're going to have to dial that back a little bit. But I'm a lot happier with that because I didn't have much movement with these Godspeeds, or adjustment with these Godspeeds. And you know, I mean, they're just like what, 600, 700 bucks new. I mean, they've got, you know, full adjustability, all that. Got nice little clickers here. But I'll show you guys the rear ones because I haven't put the rear ones in yet. Mainly because I just wanted to get the fronts in and see how it looked. And honestly, like I drove around the parking lot just a little bit, and it's amazing how much different they are. Like they feel so much smoother than these ones. Granted, these are like 5 years old and they're probably kind of not really that great anymore. But these are what is going to replace the Godspeeds, right? So these have a really nice adjustable piece right here. You can hear the nice clicks. Very nice, 24 way adjustability. These are the Hyperco springs. Let's see if we can find that from Cygnus Performance. Where's that? Made in USA by Hyperco. These have locking collars on them. So you turn, you know, you spin them in to the height that you want, and then you're gonna lock them in like that with the Allen key there on both the top and bottom. Because as I pulled out the front ones, I noticed that two of the locks on them actually were spinning freely, which is not good, because that means that your suspension can act all wonky. It's not going to be as stable. So that might have been another problem I had last year. But so far, I really love the quality of them. They're great. Monotube design. Even says maximum caster. Can't really see it, but it says plus 1.2. My only gripe that I would even have at all with these is that, so these plates, they came with 6 bolts in them. Now when I adjusted for full, you know, camber, for right now at least, I could not get another bolt in there because there's just not enough room to stick another bolt in there. So there's only two on each side, so obviously 4. There was 6. You know, the Godspeeds only have 4 in them anyways, so I think I'll be just fine. But that's my only complaint that I have about these. I mean, they're honestly great quality. You know, they're made by they start out as Fortunato coilovers, and then they become Cygnus Performance coilovers because they powder coat them, make them whatever color you want, design, blah, 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 blah. You know, they added those. They included the camber plates, so I could throw these on there if I really wanted to, but I really don't need to. Not really necessary. I don't really intend to use those, but it's a good option nonetheless. So I am pretty excited now. I kind of thought it was a little interesting because these have inserts in them for the bushings. These are inserts, which is cool because then you could probably replace these if these got worn out, so you don't have to ruin the whole entire strut or the coilover. But I really love this blue anodized. It's a really nice piece. Honestly, no complaints really whatsoever, and I love the adjustability up here with this little toggle. Very nice. Pretty good quality, honestly. As you can see, monotube, digressive monotube. They're Swedish. But along with that, I have the Cusco rear strut tower brace that's already in. I'll have to put that back in when I'm done with this. I already got this strut tower brace up front all set up and ready to go. So the only thing that's left is to swap the manifold out for that one, which I just finished painting. And I'm pretty sad because I must have gone too heavy with the clear coat. And there's a run right there. Really nice run. So I really messed that up, kind of sad. Still probably wet. Yeah, might be able to touch it off, I guess. Probably not. So that's kind of sad. Looks really gross. Looks really gross, but the rest of it looks great. Came out phenomenal in this Nardo gray. I couldn't decide on what color I wanted to do for a while, so I went with the Nardo gray. We got our TGV deletes. I kind of painted the rails so it kind of looks a little bit cleaner. Doesn't do it much justice, but for what you'll be able to see, it'll look a lot cleaner, in my opinion. Just using stock WRX, you know, top feed injectors, because I really don't need anything that crazy. I'm not planning to push a crap ton of power out of this car, so I think for now, the regular Rex injectors will be just fine for what I'm trying to do. And honestly, I'm actually really happy with how this came out, minus that run. Might just touch that up right now, but I'm still pretty happy. It looks really good. That clear coat really did it justice, at least on the top and everything else. So that'll be in place of that. Maybe liven it up a little bit in here, maybe not. We'll see, we'll see. Definitely will beat this one that I pulled in and out of the car 5,001 times when I kept blowing all these motors left and right. The only thing that I'm probably gonna have a little bit of trouble with is that when I set up the fuel rails that are going in there now, some of the, well, mainly some of the sensors that are on there. There's one sensor for like the fuel pressure regulator, I think it is. Or not fuel pressure regulator, but there's a sensor that's right here on this manifold, and on that manifold, it's gonna end up being in this area, which I should be fine with. I'll just have to move the wire from that side to that side. No big deal, but it just makes me sad that you're gonna see that run from right here. That's gonna be kind of sad. I'm gonna try to touch that up real quick, but like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content. I'll see you in the next video. If you guys have any questions about these coilovers, feel free to shoot me a DM or a message, whatever. I can get you guys a little discount code. I'll put it in the description. He's also a Fortune Auto dealer, so he can get you Fortune Auto stuff, or he can custom make these. He gave me a really good deal on them. I bought them during Black Friday. We just got them in like a few days ago because they're custom made, so they take a while. But the quality is phenomenal on them. I really like it. 10 out of 10 recommend. And like I said, just driving around our shop driveway looks bumpy as hell. They feel phenomenally good, to be quite honest, especially compared to what I had before. Like, these actually feel like they're not nearly as bouncy. They're pretty soft and smooth, so I'm pretty excited. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.